Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. Where them boys still voting in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Belle Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like depend on what come across that water. Welcome to South Sunshine State. Where them boys still voting in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the motto. Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. Where them boys still voting in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Belle Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like depend on what come across that water. Welcome to South. I was born in the South. Hating is the... Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. Where them boys still voting in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Belle Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like depend on what come across that water. Welcome to South. I was born in the South.
South Side. They kill you. I was born in the South Side. What's good, man? What's going on, bro? What's good? Oh, let me see. You blow me up. What's good, man? What's going on, man? It's the Morning Breath Show at 11 o'clock at night. That's how we do it. On a Saturday night, man. If you're watching, make sure you hit the like button, share, send it to a friend. We're gonna get into a few things tonight. But what really prompted was the death of wide receiver Rondale Moore. Young man died at 25 tonight, and we're gonna get into that and what's being reported and things of that nature. Might bring the villains in here, dog, and see if they want to talk about something. Might bring the villains in here and see if they want to talk about something, get into something serious. Let's see. It's late on a Saturday. Let's see. See if we can get them in there. But yeah, Rondale Moore has been reported that Rondale Moore was found dead. Let me see, get these details what they report now. According to New Albany Police Chief Todd Bailey, Rondale Moore, 25, was found deceased with a suspected self-inflicted gunshot wound in the garage of a property in New Albany, Indiana. Rondale Moore was born June 2000 from Albany, Indiana. Went to Albany High School, 4-star Mr. Football 2018. Ended up going to Purdue. Let me see. Let's see. But it was Mr. Football in Indiana. Committed to Purdue over Ohio State. That's what. And it's wild because here's what's interesting about this. Lately, we've been talking about Rondale Moore a lot, and I'm gonna tell you why. Let me see if we can pull the villains in here. See if we can get them woke up. So listen, man, while we waiting on them, we got 7 comments already. Shout out to my boy Bird. Oh, I got a few villains already in here. I wasn't even looking at the comments, dog. Hold on, man. I wasn't even looking at the comments. I'm gonna pull y'all boys in here, man. We're gonna talk about something serious. Hold on now. I'm gonna pull y'all boys in here. Let me see. I know I could count on my boy Bird. You I could count on my boy Bird. Struggling right there for a minute. Had to handle some technical difficulties. Nah, I just went over there and cut on the fan. That's all. Wasn't a big deal. See who. Let me see who Bird got in here. Let's see. Okay, let me see. But no, man, Rondale Moore. What's been really what's significant about Rondale Moore? We've been talking about Rondale Moore a lot because of the freshman wide receiver records. Since last year, I have been doing research on Jeremiah Smith, and then this year was Malachi Tony, trying to figure out the greatest freshman wide receivers of all time, like true freshman wide receivers of all time, right? And Rondale Moore had the greatest true freshman wide receiver year of all time. Every time I search it, it's him. 114 receptions, 1,258 yards, 12 receiving touchdowns. 2018, dog was balling. Yes, he was. 2019, 2020, batted injury, opted out in 2020 season, which was COVID, and declared for the NFL draft. So he went crazy, right? he came and went crazy. Then got caught in COVID and then got up out of there. For him to 25 years old, right? Think about it. 25 years old. When I was 25 years old, I was 25. Just got out the military. I think I was living in North Carolina. I had just bought a house, living with my mother, my kids. First time living with a woman. I think I was working for Pepsi. 25, I was rapping. Actually was rapping. Had a studio, and I was rapping. Fred, what's good? Yeah, I had a studio, and I was rapping. Who Wanted Records? What's the name of our record label, dog? I still got the email. Who Wanted Records? Ain't gonna tell y'all what my rap name was. I'll let y'all hear I let the Villains hear my music before. It was me and my homeboy Ron Fontaine. We broke some news. In the Villan membership tonight too, man. For the Arc Villains. I mean, everybody get it tomorrow, but I'm gonna pull the Villains in here and catch them off guard. We're gonna talk about something serious. A rap name was Dirty Street. Heck no. Dirty Street. But 25, man, I was just trying to figure it out, right? Like, let me see. 25, you're just trying to figure it out. And to make a decision to take your life, It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough. I got two villains in here, man. I don't know if they could talk or not. Fred, old school. I got Fred, old school. Mac, y'all boys could talk, or y'all wife got y'all on silent.
Nah, I'm in history.
Okay. When you was 25 years old,
Yep,
25 years old, what you was doing, Fred?
I'm grown.
You was grown.
Oh, me?
Yeah. When y'all was 25 years old, like what y'all was doing in your life when you was 25 years old? Where y'all was at in life?
Shit, I was working. I was working two jobs. Chilling really. I was working as a draftsman in this for this company in Pompano Beach, Florida, called DK Architect, and I was doing work at Winn Dixie.
So you had on already started you had on already started getting your career going, huh?
Yeah.
I was talking about because dog lately we have been talking about Rondale Moore a lot. It dog I ain't gonna I mean, I'm acting slow, but it hit me. You know what I'm saying? That we've been talking about Rondale Moore a lot here lately because of these freshman wide receivers the last 2 years. And he had the greatest freshman year for a true freshman wide receiver that I could find. Every time I start looking up stats, he's always at the top with 114 receptions, 1,258 yards, and 12 receiving touchdowns. Drafted in the second, but he only played like 1 year. Then he had some injuries, and then 2020 came. He opted out. That boy went to the league. Got drafted by Arizona in the second round, 49th overall. Rookie year, he had 54 catches, 435 yards as a rookie. So I mean, he was doing his thing. Then he went to the Minnesota Vikings, and tonight they announced they found him dead with a gunshot wound to his head in his house in Albany, Indiana. When I was in corrections started becoming heavily on mental health. It was almost like heavily on mental health and medication, and it was forcing them to take their medication. They had to take their medication. So I got to see the mental health thing like firsthand. You know what I'm saying? It's real. It's definitely real. I had trustees that when they didn't take their medication, people would be talking to them, and I would watch them talk to people that wasn't there. I remember one time one of my trustees came up to me and asked me, "Officer Street, what you do when people be following you, man, and you tell them to leave you alone, man, and they just keep following you?" And I was like, "What you talking about, Fred?" His name was Craig. What you talking about, Craig? He said, "Man, I be trying to do the right thing, but the people keep bothering me and following me." And I was like, "Craig, you in here by yourself, boy. Ain't nobody in here with you." And then it hit me, you know what I'm saying? That he really believed that somebody was talking to him and following him. So I've been around it. I dealt with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's always why somebody would take their life, but 25, you would assume he's successful. We always equate money with success, but you never know what else got going on in his life, bro. I'll never forget. I was finna say TJ Who's Mazzata. What was dog name who put his baby mama in the trunk? Ray Caruth.
Break the roof.
I'll never forget that. so you could be NFL, millions of dollars. You never know what's going on in somebody's life, dog. In our community, bro, I tricked y'all coming in here, KB. I'm finna get real with y'all. In our community, we don't take mental health serious. We see the dude running down the street with the Mike Tyson belts and shorts on, no shirt, knee-high socks, goddamn football cleats on, and we just be like, look at Crazy Gary, man. Everybody know him as Crazy Gary. He don't bother nobody, but he running down the street boxing for 20 years. And we never think nothing about it. All black men in here, villains. Would y'all go to counselor? Like, would y'all go sit down and have therapy?
It's guys in here that do already. I don't want to call no names. Well, they may not be in here, but there's guys that have popped in the Discord and be like, "Yeah, man, I just finished my session today." There's other guys that have stated, "Man, I wish I would have went to therapy after my divorce." Blase, squaze. So, matter of fact, there's about 3 or 4 guys in here that have probably recently went through divorces and they're going to counseling. So, yeah, man, it's not a we're coming around. Like it's just something that we didn't grow up with or understand. But nah, they into it now.
Oh no, that's awesome. That's awesome because I think I've been a few times. I've been for relationships. I went on my own. I went on my own after I broke up with my first kid's mom, and she was loyal, nice, had never really did anything wrong to me, and I just had this urge to cheat all the time. Then I got my second kid's mom. She was more of my speed. You know what I'm saying? She was better in bed, and I still had the urge to cheat. And then I told myself, "Oh, so this is kind of like this is how I looked at it. I was like, so this is kind of like cigarettes. Like it's kind of like cigarettes or something. Like it's something that I want to do, even though I know that it's going to end wrong or it's going to end bad. I want to do it, right?" I was like, I knew I had a rough childhood. I knew I saw some crazy stuff as a kid, and I went to guys and I said, let me go talk to somebody, man, to see how my childhood relates to me as a 20, 25, or 24-year-old. And the first time I went, bro, I definitely discovered some things about myself. And it wasn't, and then here's the thing, it wasn't what I thought. Like we always think we men, we can fix things, we know things, and then we had our granddaddy telling us, man, hey man, we men, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We can have 2, 3, and that's what men do, right? It wasn't what I thought, bro. Like it wasn't what I thought. It wasn't. I wasn't doing what I was doing because of the reasons that I thought. You feel me? Now, I don't know how counseling works. I don't know if it's just like a doctor sitting here and she's assessing you, and it's just like a practice. She's just guessing, right, from what you tell her, and she's guessing on a diagnosis or what she thinks is going on. I don't know. I don't know if that's how it is, but it made sense to me. It made sense to me. And I'll get a little deeper with y'all too. And the cheating thing, like she asked me to explain. She said, I explained to her that, listen, when the cars are washed, the kids are okay, I'm sitting at the house on a Sunday, basketball, football on, I'm sitting there and I feel bored. I feel like there has to be more to life. She said, give it another name. She said, describe it another way. I say, it feels vanilla to me. Like it feels like, yeah, like I need more going on. So I would do something stupid, like try to get out the house at 11 o'clock to go to 24-hour fitness and go do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it felt vanilla. And how she kind of broke it down was that because I grew up in a house where I saw my mom fight my dad. My Fridays were kind of long. You know what I'm saying? My dad basically was in and out of jail, did drugs. died when he was 30. Died really early. I was 12. That I developed like a adrenaline rush. Like being at home wasn't being home and at peace wasn't at peace to me. She was telling me that my norm was chaotic, like craziness, because of the house I grew up in. So what was normal to me was chaos. So when things are just normal and everybody chilling, to me that wasn't peace. And she related that to why I would cheat, because I just wanted to cause a mess, and then I felt comfortable. And I'm going too deep, dog. Y'all just tell me stop if I'm getting too deep now. I'm going too far.
Nah, you good. We get it.
This is about 20 years ago. This was early young me, right? So and when she explained it, it made sense to me. It made sense to me. I was doing something that I knew wasn't right. I was doing something that I didn't want to. I didn't even want to hurt the women, but I knew it would eventually hurt them if they find out. So it was like, why won't I just stop? And it didn't make sense to me. So when I went and talked to her, it took now when you go now, she gonna ask you questions for 2-3 weeks. I don't know if she milking your insurance. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they just listening. You feel me? And then she starts talking. And it made sense to me. It did. It made sense to me. It made me understand what I was going through. And then when I felt, you know what I'm saying? When I felt that way, I knew what I was feeling. And that was me. I went on my own. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to wait to break up or nothing like that. I kind of went on my own. Then I've went a few times with because I honestly believe that you shouldn't wait till something's wrong in your relationship to go. Like, I think you should go because I think it helps you. I think it helps you manage a relationship. Think about it. A relationship is one of the only things, somebody got to mute their background. A relationship is one of the only things, right? Background took that you go into with no research, with no blueprint, with no system. Like, you get into a relationship or you get married, you just do it off of love, which is dumb as fuck. But you do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like y'all map out a plan. Yeah, y'all don't sit down and go through family trees and see who's fucked up and what needs to be fixed. You just do it off of love. And you don't do anything else serious in life like that. You don't go into business like that. Like, you don't do anything else like that. That's going to be your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? You don't do anything else like that. But relationships, we do. That's why I think counseling should be first, because what counseling does is it teaches you how to fight fair. It teaches you how to do a lot of things in a relationship that you're not thinking of, like the ketchup in the refrigerator or the ketchup in the cabinet. We've talked about that before, Villains. Like when I first moved with my first kid's mom, I put the ketchup in the cabinet and she came the next day and put it in the refrigerator. And I was like, what you put the ketchup in the refrigerator for? We always kept our ketchup in the refrigerator. I was like, but you like hot fries. You be fussing at the people at Burger King because you like hot fries, and then you gonna put cold ketchup on it? I say, bro, listen, Kyle, this is how my fucked up mind. This is how my mind worked. She was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, we've always kept our ketchup in the refrigerator. I was like, does that make sense to you though? Bro, and when it slapped me right in my face, this is not gonna be easy as I thought it was. Because everything she's done up until now in her life at 24 could possibly be different than what I did. I was like, holy shit. This might be bad. We're going to have to figure out how to, you know what I'm saying? Or everything may be an argument because She was, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even sit down and think about it. You just do it. And that's how my mind work. I start worrying, like, damn, what's gonna be the next argument? That was just ketchup. Like, what's next? What's next? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. She finna merge her life with my life, and we finna tell each other how our mama did stuff, how our daddy did stuff, and this shit could go on forever. Anybody else ever felt like that? Or y'all just walk around talking about, I'm the man, what I say go? That's what they tell you, right? That's what they say. I don't run around my house, I run my house.
No, you got to be flexible, adjustable, and understand stuff. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, if it's my house, most of the things gonna go the way I'm saying it, but I have to be flexible with it too. But no, that's real. That's real talk, man. You got to know how the other side live. When you make that commitment, man, it's a commitment. Y'all need to know these little things, man. That's a lot of people say these marriages they fail because it's the little things. You don't often. Sometimes it don't necessarily be the cheating or somebody's unfaithful. It be the little stuff, and it just start to add up and add up. You be like, man, I can't do this no more. I have to live with this nigga for 10 years.
Nah, bro. Like, we're real talk. Real talk is something, but that's what I'm saying. It all goes back to like counseling. Like, that's why I think counseling helps you kind of like, it's like a coach that's saying, hey, listen, this is what the season gonna be like, man. Y'all gotta do blase. Y'all gotta do this. Y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why we think love is gonna drag us, and we see love failing people every day in their relationships. I don't know why we be thinking love gonna drag us through a damn relationship. It's just a feeling. That shit comes and goes.
Well, I think traditions have kind of gone away, right? You saying counseling, but what people used to do or have to do, they had to go talk to the preacher before they got married. Church was kind of it still should be a form of therapy, right? Hopefully you got somebody that doesn't just say God gonna fix it, because you got to put your own work in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But couples used to, before they got married, they would go talk to the preacher, and he would kind of help you see through your compatibility, see if it's legit, to see if he would basically put, like you say, he would probably present to you the ketchup in the refrigerator argument.
Right.
And see how both of y'all respond to that. He's like, man, you know what? Maybe you guys should wait a little bit. They don't have those traditions no more. You wake up in the morning, slide to the courthouse.
No, I think, yeah.
That's why you have in certain.
Right. Go ahead.
That's why you have in certain states, like older states or more like country states, whatever. You can't. This is kind of the end of it, right? But you can't just automatically get a divorce. You have to wait X amount of time, because they want you to. You have to go to mediation. It's not just necessarily about the money and stuff, but they kind of want you to be sure that you're gonna get this divorce. Those laws are starting to soften up over time, but it stems from the same thing. Before you used to get married, you would see somebody for counseling, and usually it'd be at the church house. But
Oh yeah, I know. I forgot about that. Yeah, people did used to go to the preacher. But for people just coming in here, man, this is still Footballville, man. We kind of got on here. Rondale Moore, was found in his house with a gunshot wound to his head, and police are saying it was self-inflicted. What's significant? Why I jumped on here, man, because life is weird. Like, for the last 2 years, we've been talking about Rondale Moore with the Villains. Like we've been talking about Rondale Moore and his true freshman year that he had. True freshman year that he had, because I compared him to Jeremiah last year, then came back with Malachi again and compared Malachi, and Rondale Moore arguably had the greatest true freshman year at Purdue of all time. It was 1,258 yards, 114 catches or something crazy, and 12 touchdowns.
God, dog.
Bro, I don't know who the OC was, but the band went crazy. And somebody else, it was two of them. One went crazy the next year too, so it had to be the OC. I forget who they said it was. But the man went crazy. Let's.
Damn, that makes sense.
Who was Rondale Moore OC at Purdue?
I think Purdue.
You ain't hear Fred Street?
Huh? What is it?
You ain't hear Fred? You can't hear Fred?
Oh no, I can't hear Fred. Fred, tell him go out and come back in.
Oh, that's what happened. So he was talking earlier when you asked what y'all was doing at 25, and Fred was talking, and you kind of said something like, "Can you hear Fred?"
I can hear him.
But anyway, Fred just said, "Yeah, it was." He said it was Jeff Brom.
There it is. God damn it. Say his name 2 more times, and the motherfucker might pop out on our ass like Candyman.
Never lied.
There it is. There it is. Jeff Brom. I knew it was somebody that was that because I had heard it before. Fred, go out and come back in. Let me see if I can hear you. Let me see. Jeff Brom.
Fred was saying you was asking what they were doing at 25. Fred was saying Fred had just had a tryout with the Titans at that time.
Oh, see, I heard him kind of like trying to talk, but he was going in. Now say something, Fred.
Yeah, I'm back in.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I didn't hear you, bro. My bad. You said you were trying out for the Titans.
Nah, ain't no problem.
You went to the league, Fred?
Yeah, I was trying to make it into the league. I graduated J State in 23. I finished up my degree, and I was trying to walk on and trying to earn a spot on the Tennessee Titans practice squad. And then I moved back home from Tennessee, and a year later I started working for the post office. So this make 10 years of me working there now.
Was it hard? Was it hard to give up?
Yeah, it was, but my saving grace was a dude I played high school football with, like a year or two. With me being home, he asked me just randomly. I used to just go to Moore Park and work out. He would say, "Man, just come out there one day and just show the kids some stuff." And ever since I did that, like I found that love and that passion, and the way I felt playing a game and coaching kids and seeing the impact they have that I have on them. It relates to me to how I was at Gwen Cherry when I had certain coaches like Coach T.Y., the other coach that passed away when they was coaching me and stuff. They had a major impact on me. So I get that same feeling giving back to the youth now that I had when I was playing.
Corey Smith?
Yeah, Coach Corey.
My homeboy. That was my close friend, bro. Corey coached you, dog?
Yeah.
No, I remember Najee Davenport telling me after coming back from injury at Green Bay and all of that, like he was working out, trying to get back one day, and it was off season, and Najee said he just stopped and went to IHOP, and that was it. That was it. He knew it was over. He was tired of the back and forth. He said he just stopped and went to IHOP or something like that. He said that was it. He knew he was done. He wasn't willing to do that rigmarole all over again.
Honestly, Street, that's the hardest part. Like, not every person can walk away on their own terms and be happy with it. Like, it's a blessing for those that can walk away from the game that they put so much in. Like, growing up, they groom you from when you 5 years old. You 5 years old playing football for over 20 plus years, and it's like that's all you know. Football, school, whatever comes with it. And when you gotta actually give up that part that's the hardest part. But if you can walk away under your own terms, that's a blessing. Like, but if you can walk away without injury, if you can walk away without someone taking it from you, that's a blessing. Not too many football players get that opportunity. That's why we always know stories of guys who was just as talented, more talented than us in any sport that we can relate to him. Like, man, if that person had their head on, they probably would have been one of the best out to ever do something.
I never thought of it that way, dog. I never thought of it that way, that the game always ends you. A lot of times they don't really walk away. I never thought of it. I never thought of it like that. If you just coming to here, man, hit the like button, share. We're talking about Rondale Moore. Was found dead at 25 years old, bro. 25 years old. With a gunshot wound to his head, and nobody knows why. It could be mental health. It could be anything, bro. It could be stress in a relationship. It could be gambling. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. But that's pretty dang sad. He was once Mr. Indiana football, a 4-star coming out of high school. Had one crazy year in college. His freshman year, COVID hit, and he got drafted in the second round. Went to, I think, the Cardinals. Then he went to Minnesota. And something in Albany, Indiana, police reporting that they found him dead. Somebody say, RIP, man, please call 988 if you live in the USA and have a bad thought. What happens when you call 988? I didn't know that.
I don't know. Sound like that's probably. I'm assuming that's a suicide hotline. They actually was taking. I don't know if it was that one in particular. They were taking. It was a suicide hotline that they were supposed to be taking away, but that's a whole nother topic that'll lead into politics. But it sounds like one of them suicide hotline numbers. I know people that have called those numbers in their crisis moments, and that shit damn sure helped. They're still here.
Is somebody on the other line with a pretty voice, or kind of talk you, calm you down?
Just sometimes people just need a ear. Don't even have to be professional sometimes. So sometimes those are about Angry Josh in here. He got a girl. He got a homegirl that work. I think she does the suicide hotline or something like that, or maybe she's a counselor or something. But sometimes on the other line there are counselors, there are certified counselors, and there are volunteers. I guess it all depends on what line you go. But you know, somebody in my life had that issue. She was driving down the middle of the road, man, and man, she said she pulled. She said she stopped and she pulled out her pistol and she was finna shoot it, but luckily her husband had already took the bullets out.
Oh,
she had already been, kind of or whatever, and she shot it with no bullets in there. And she said she just, kind of just started crying. She just called the suicide hotline. I mean, she didn't know what else to do at the time. So she just called the suicide hotline.
This is your friend?
That helped out. Actually, yeah, the ex of mine, as a matter of fact. So yeah, man, then they give you that. I like if you get on like how you do Gemini or Chat GPT, ask them about suicide. Anything about suicide, the first thing they're gonna do is put one of them numbers up and say, "Hey, man, if you're thinking about it, go ahead and call this and that number or whatever." Google do the same thing. You start searching things about suicide or whatever. It'll, hey, if you having issues, they'll throw that number in your face or whatever.
Right. So I guess it's 988. No, I mean I just looked on Instagram again.
Speaking.
What's up?
Who was that talking? Somebody. You can't hear the people that be talking. Who was trying to talk? I missed it.
They probably got to come out and come back in again. I don't even see anybody lighting up to talk.
Oh, that's Tooks. Yeah, I hear you, Tooks, but Streeter don't. That's Tooks.
Tooks, go out and come back in. What Tooks talking about, man? I'm so ATL. I'm so ATL.
Yeah, he lost a dance contest to Favo. He had to go to counseling for it.
All right, what about now?
Tooks, I hear you.
I can hear you. Straight. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, but it's like I lost my best friend to suicide last year, and like I played the suicide hotline for like 2 years with him, but it's like that shit tough, bro. It's like I was talking him off the edge a lot. So even when I did find out it happened, before I even got proof that it happened, I kind of knew. You feel me? I kind of felt it already. I you gonna react to stuff, not instantly, but the moment I heard it, I kind of knew it was true, just because of the stuff he was going through and shit. But yeah, I know a couple people that done called that hotline and it saved a couple of them. And like I said, I done had to play the hotline myself. Not even just for my best friend, but like 2, 3 people in my life. And, yeah, but that shit tough. And I was just having a conversation with my old girl yesterday, just about life and a lot of stuff I've been going through over the past couple of years, especially the loss of my homeboy. And she was asking me, have I ever got to that point? I'm like, hell no, I ain't never really been there. And I'm like, since I done lost my homeboy, my best friend to it, that kind of made me even stronger. Like, I can't go out like that. And the fact that I have kids, it's like, nah, I go through a lot of shit in life, but I don't see myself getting that down on myself that I take my life. As long as in my kids' life in jeopardy, I don't see nothing really taking me to that point. But I know people that have been there, and that shit tough, bro. It's like you can know somebody going through stuff and you can try to help them out, but they still got to wake up and live with whatever they're going through. And sometimes it can be people you talk to every day, and you don't even know they're going through it. Then boom, something just happened to them. Yeah, man, that shit tough, bro. It's like
You ever seen?
I really been on.
You ever seen the dude the saying? You ever seen the dude? I forget his name, man. He been going viral lately, and he says kind of like, there's a guy that on an island. No, there's a guy, there's a homeless man sitting in front of a store who wish he had $1 to get him a hamburger to eat. There's a dude with $1 to give him a hamburger to eat who wish he had a bike to get around and ride. There's a dude with a bike riding around who wish he had a car. And he just kept going, like it's kind of like it's always somebody always can be doing worse. You can always be doing worse, right? It's your thought process on is you get up and you choose how you want to see life. No matter what's going on. Like you get up and choose it. You make a decision. Everybody heard the story about the mailman, the happy mailman and shit. Like you kind of make the decision of, do you want to choose to be happy and grateful for what you have today, or you want to sob about the things you don't have?
I kind of went through that not too long ago. Street, it's like I was going through a lot of shit. Then I was asking myself, I'm like, either I'm gonna be the victim or I'm gonna come up out of this shit. And when I really started to feel myself going into this deep hole, I was like, nah, this ain't happening to me. This is happening for me. I have to find a lesson in this and just keep moving. I can't allow myself just to go into no damn depression and just fall out of place. So yeah, I agree with you. It ain't always said it ain't always that easy just to wake up and say, no, I'm gonna be victorious. Sometimes you get in that hole, sometimes you need people to help you get up out that motherfucker. But if you do see the light, if you do see a little bit of light, you just got to tell yourself, there's somebody out here doing worse. It can be worse. And sometimes I just wake up, I walk outside, and I go to the store and I see a crackhead. I'm like, shit, I'm doing better than him. So it's like you said, but sometimes you got to make that choice. Like either I'm gonna be the victim or I'm gonna be victorious. And sometimes you just got to choose. And hopefully you choose to not be the victim and you try to make the best of it. Because, life is full of ups and downs. You're going to have your ups and your downs. And when you die, you just got to try to find a way to get yourself back up because it ain't forever.
I think there's a complexities to mental health. There's a lot of complexities to mental health, and sometimes we don't touch on. There's a lot of complexities to depression, and depression ain't always being sad or just this happened to me today and woo woo woo, right? You actually have a lot of situations where when we speaking on mental health, your mind is just slipping. It's not something you can necessarily control. Sometimes you may need medication for it. Sometimes you need extremely deep counseling. Sometimes it's a chemical imbalance, right? It was crazy for me to think that meds can control depression, and I guess I was just not giving enough credit to science and medicine and what it can do. Like there's medicines that affect your medicines that affect your nerves, your emotions, and everything. Everything can be broken down to a science, right? So just like y'all hear us using the word dopamine, like we didn't use words like that when we were, kids, but now you can break it down scientifically, right? And so there's things in your body that may be imbalanced. They have words for what causes your ups and downs and your highs and lows. So sometimes it's not even the fact of something that happened to you. Sometimes you can just be chemically imbalanced from whatever. And that's when you definitely need to seek counseling because that may be something you need. Like I know plenty of people like that's their case. Like it don't have to be nothing going wrong in their life, man. And that fucking shower just happens. Like depression is like there are people that get up and go to work every day just because they know they have to. If it wasn't for work, they would never leave their fucking house. It's like a fucking boulder. Every morning they get up and they can't move this shit, man. Like there's a lot of complexities to like mental health and depression and shit. And what y'all saying is true. You definitely have to fight. Jim Carrey got this line that says, "Hey man, like if you suffer from depression, but he said if you're not willing to get up and get you some sunshine and walk and ride a bike and listen to some music, you're not giving yourself a fighting chance." Mm-hmm. You do have to give yourself that fighting chance and say, man, I ain't gonna be the victim. I'm gonna do this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But sometimes that shit, it just is not enough. It's not just a mental game that you're playing sometimes.
He suffered from depression, right? Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remember him saying he wished everybody could be rich. Then you realize that that's not the answer. Something like that. Like I wish everybody could be rich and famous.
Mm-hmm.
Then they realize that that's not the answer. No, I started Footballville. I was in a dark place when I started Footballville. I've told the story numerous times, but one day I went and picked up my kids and didn't call my baby mama, my two first daughters, right? And we went to the library in North Dade and went walking, and I left my phone in the car. Came back to my phone, had about 20 phone calls, voicemails, she crying. She thought I had took the kids. And I would never take the kids from her. Like, kids need their mom. Her brothers called me, threatening me. It was finna get bad, right? She got the kids back and took the kids. I swear to God. She got them back. She took them. And to the day, I fought for years and years and years. And to the day, my relationships and my kids haven't been right. You know what I'm saying? And when she took them, I was so angry. In order to keep from doing something stupid, right? I was sitting on the bed, and I had read a lot of self-help books, right? A lot of self-help books. I was sitting on the bed, and I was trying to figure out, like, okay, in every situation, there's a flip side. She just took my daughters that I love to death. There has to be a positive in here somewhere, God. And it hit me. I was free. I had time. I had time to do something that I wouldn't have been able to do, you know what I'm saying, if I still had the kids. And I started going to the park and recording. It kind of happened in spurts. I had recorded a video at Bunch Park a year ago, and I went back and looked at it. It had 3,000 views on it. And I was confused because I was like, who the fuck was watching this? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? So maybe a year later, when she took the kids, I was free. I got a camera and I started going to record my homeboy's son at Cooper City, Jalen Falk. We ended up playing for Hollandale, and he was on the team that played against Lamar Jackson at Hollandale, the famous Tyler Huntley versus Lamar Jackson. But I started recording his son, and he ran a guy down at Cooper City one day. He played for PPO. He ran the boy down. I recorded it, kind of went viral. Then I just started recording Duke Johnson. I used to call it Dolo Cam. And I just was trying to occupy my time, bro. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I had a passion for football, and I wanted to show the world what football looked like down here. You know what I'm saying? And I just was doing stuff with my time because I had time. And it turned into this. So that was a dark time for me. That was a bad time. I just kind of found the positive in it. If that's what you call it. You know what I'm saying? I found the positive in it because at the end of the day, my kids are my kids and my life is my life. You all have our lives to live. You feel me? And like to this day, like she kind of resent football bills. And I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? But she pushed me to start it. What you finna say, Kyle?
I said that's the amazing thing, right? Like you have to find of course if you could give up Footballville, if the trade-off was giving up football field and having those years that were taken away back, you do that in a heartbeat, right?
Right.
The that's the crazy part of it all, right? Is you have to find some kind of silver lining in it. It doesn't replace what happened. Like you never forget what happened, but you fight for that silver lining. But the pain is still there. That stuff is, you know what I'm saying? That shit is still there. Like fuck Footballville. Like let's rewind that day, make that day never happen. You know what I'm saying? And the reason you asked men about the counseling and things like that is because we put a lot of ourselves into family, into relationships, our wives, kids, blase squaze. And a lot of times that's probably the only thing that hurts us enough to lead us down a path like that. You're losing your wife. You know, a lot of guys going through divorce are definitely in counseling, fighting depression. Some of them are suicidal. To me, that's the number one. When it comes to men, that's the number one thing I hear when they get down to their lowest of lows. Find out a motherfucker going through a divorce. I mean, and in your situation, you know, yours could have went very ugly, but you were able to find. It's not even that you found Footballville. It's that you had the mindset to say, okay, well, shit, let me do something. Let me take something out of this and you know, do something or whatever. So you was able to create that. But losing your wives, dealing with kids, you know what I'm saying? Even when it's the relationship over and all that kind of stuff, and it's kind of you trying to maintain something with the kids and she's not, you know what I'm saying? And y'all have not, That shit kills men fast, man. And that's why he's asking the men, do they go? Because these are the things that we go through. Not everybody. Some guys are happily married, man, and praise God for that. But a lot of guys are on their divorce tip, back end of it, and going through child support and going through this and going through that. We've had those discussions in our off-topic Tuesdays, and a lot of guys, and they revelate, and they what they revealed was exactly what I'm talking about. And that shit'll bring you to your knees, man. We see it all the time.
Bro, I got some stories. I remember one morning I was just driving on 27th and she just happened to get in front of me in her car. Like, dog, there was moments where I was very, very angry, bro. Like, it didn't make sense that I was fighting to be a dad. My current girlfriend, Kia's been maybe 10 years we've been together. Like, she got to witness, like, she always thought that if a woman was single or raising the kids by themselves, that the dad didn't want to be there. And she got to see me fight, and it didn't make sense to her. Right? Like, she never thought that, God damn, you're trying to be in the kid's life? Like, why is this not working?
Well, see, Streeter, that's another thing that's not talked about enough. It's like, when we get stripped from our family and you go from waking up to your kids and your girl every day to just you, it's easy to say, oh, they living their best life, they single, they run around, they ain't got to take care of the kids, but that don't always be the fucking case. When that shit happened to me and I didn't see my kids for 2 weeks, didn't know where they was at, I could sleep in their fucking bed just because I missed my goddamn kids. Like, I don't wake up like, yeah, I'm kid free. I get to do what I want. I take pride in being a father. I wake up, look forward to making my kids breakfast, just taking care of my kids. It's like, it's easy for them to say, oh, you ain't got to take care of the kids. You ain't got nothing to worry about. That's probably why the baby mama was mad at the show. It's like, I want this thing to be sitting right here crying and stressing about these kids, yet he done found the goddamn hobby. But they think it should just be so easy and we just be running around doing what we want to do. Like, nah, man, we can fight.
Tooks, save yourself some agony, man. Don't listen to nothing they say.
I don't. Believe me, I don't.
If they're not on your side, if they're not on your side, once they get on the other side of the line, don't listen.
Believe me, Streeter, when I tell you I don't listen to it. I done heard so much stuff said about me that was far from the truth. That just be them gaslight. I don't pay no attention to that. I'm not even trying to defend my name or nothing. If you know me, then you already know what time it is. I ain't trying to clean up no room and that no angry BM had nothing made up. I don't listen to that shit.
Yeah, don't. Once they get on the other side, don't listen to. My baby mom got mad at me for telling the taking the kids to go feed the homeless. She said, "You have my kids around them dirty ass people." And that Kyle, that's when I realized it. That was the day I realized that she's never going to say another positive thing about me in her life. I was done. Like, I didn't listen to anything else she said from that day forward. The kids were all happy because it was dramatic. It was dramatic for them. Like, they were scared at first, and then they got into it. They was like, mommy, and she said, yeah, my kids around them dirty. And at that point, I realized that, oh, I could come in the house with Jesus, and she gonna be like, that's white Jesus or black Jesus? She is not. I realized at that day, nothing she said, nothing they said, nothing she said don't bother me. No, I don't even listen to it because it's not gonna be anything rational in my favor. So man, let's lighten up a little bit, man. We made $5,000 this week live trading for the Villains. Let's talk about something a little more happier for a second, dog. Listen, so real fast, man. We start live trading in our membership. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start doing it full time. Basically, getting on Kyle trades, I trade, getting on there, trading in the stock market, and letting the Villains watch us trade. Something I've been wanting to do for a while. Just didn't know if I had the time and to get and do it. But we did it last week for 5 days and we went green, which means we made money for 5 days. I made money one day. Kyle made money 4 days. And I think they made up like $5,000 trading demo accounts. Because basically we're trying to get people involved with it with we're trying to get them to get used to it. The ones who want to learn, so they got to learn the mechanics and hey, you got to do this, you got to log in, you got to get an account. And we've been trading, and basically he get up there, he trade, and they follow his plays. They look and see what he's doing, and they just do what he's doing. And we had a good week this week, and we'll keep reporting on these weeks for y'all, like what we're doing in there. But our plan is to basically make on average $150 a day. That's our plan, and letting them watch us do it. But this week was more than $150 a day. I think it was like $5,000 or something like that we made in 5 days. Something like that. I keep downplaying it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a little more, but so if you ever thought about going to learn the stock market, trading, we talk about crypto and stuff, or if you ever thought about that, man, the link is in the description. Oh, I didn't put it in there yet. You could text 786-405-9499. I think it's scrolling at the bottom down there, ain't it? Hold up. I'm gonna put it down there at the bottom. And then I'll put it in the description. There you go. 786-405-9499. If that's something you ever thought about doing. This had to lighten up a little bit, man. It was kind of, we were starting to talk about baby mamas and suicide, and it's had to lighten up a little bit, man. It started getting dark in here.
Nah, sometimes it's stuff like that people need. You don't know who's the listening ear at that time, and just I would assume the majority of men don't have sessions the way they sit down with different men and they're able to discuss this. So if we gave them this one time out of an entire year, that ain't gonna hurt nobody. So you know.
Right.
Just like that, the whole Clifton Powell thing we was watching the other day. Men don't have those spaces to sit down and talk and definitely get it from other people. And you understand, dang, they nigga going through the same thing I'm going, or I hear how he handled it, or blah, 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 like with Took. I understand what Took's going through when he was talking about his homeboy, because that same thing happened to me. A year or two ago, same thing with my partner, and it weighs heavy on you. Like Took say, nah, I'm not going out like that, but that shit weighs heavy on you. It's ironic that we're having this conversation and this came up today because I had a moment today. I'm driving home and a certain song came on. I thought about my partner and it is heavy. So like even with Took saying, I know I ain't going out like his mom checking on him saying, you all right? She know because that shit, it weighs on you, man. Whatchamacallit was in the comments. What's his God dang, I forgot his name. Was it Juan? Anyway, he was in the comments. He was just in the comments and he was talking about, I wish I could pull up his comment. He was talking about how the caveat and all this about people thinking it's something, that they can control all the time. It's not. It's like the weight of the world is heavy. And sometimes you don't know how something affects you. Mm-hmm. Like my part, there it is right there. Sometimes you don't know how something affects you. And like the same thing with my partner, I'm like today, I've said it to myself before, but today I was like, God damn, that deer shit, it fucks with me. It bothered, it hit me. It you know what I'm saying? It weighs heavy on me. So I'm sure Tooks has days like that. Of course he misses his partner and all that kind of stuff. But he's gonna have days where it's just like, God damn, but that shit heavy. It makes you it makes you feel a certain type of way because all you can think about is what was he going through. You know what I'm saying? Or why he couldn't fight his way out of it. And you feel bad because he couldn't fight his way out of it. Like he got to a point where he felt like, I got nothing left, bro. I got no fight in me. This shit, that shit make you start to feel it. You don't feel like you got nothing left, but you just feel, you put yourself in his shoes the best you can at that moment. And that shit gets heavy on you, just like the rest of the world when you turn on the news and stuff, man.
Yeah, that shit do it. I better talk myself out of doing that, KB, because that's what make it worse. When I try to put myself in his shoes and you try to feel his pain, that make it even worse. So I try to stay away from that. But yeah, man, this is safe space. Y'all boys done helped me out a lot through this. Like when I told y'all boys about, I didn't even want to say nothing at first because I don't be looking for sympathy or nothing like that. But at the time, I needed that male support. I needed a group of people to talk to. And when I told y'all boys, everybody just was, sending their condolences, and weeks after that happened, guys was hitting me up in my DM, just checking on me. It's like I was trying to explain. I'm like, bro, words can't even explain how y'all make me feel just by doing it. Like just small thing, like, bro, you good today, bro? You all right? And I know they weren't doing it just randomly. I know exactly why they was doing it. So, man, if you ain't a member and you want to be one, just definitely a safe space. But you'll learn a lot. You'll get different perspectives on things, and it definitely gets you some shit.
When was this? Too?
For all y'all, that's
shit. You don't know
y'all, real quick.
Huh? When was this?
You said who was that? Tooks?
I said when. I said when.
Oh, you said when.
When was this? When was this? You talking about?
Oh, I thought you said who? This was May.
Huh?
You have been in May.
When you were talking about leaving the house and all of that stuff?
When I was talking about what?
Leaving the house and all of that?
No, that was probably a year before that. That's crazy. That was in May too, but that was a year prior to that. But that situation too, you and KB was like the main anchors. Like a lot of them niggas kept trying to play and make light of it. We would talk about it. You and KB was like the main ones, asking questions and trying to walk me through it as far as when I left the house and all that. So even with that situation, y'all boys helped me with that.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Because there's not a lot of spaces where you get brothers together, man, and they talk about kind of like everything. I mean, we could talk about Malachi and we could talk about Carson Beck being near side or far side and shit, but we try to talk about some deeper things and try to do some building, like, because you don't always get space with men talk. Like we don't not too many. I don't know no men that have men trip. Well, he's got a group of dudes that take trips and stuff. But we always trying to act tough and shit. Like we don't, you know what I'm saying? We walk around with the world on our shoulders and don't ever want to express ourselves.
But we dedicate so much time to other people's shit, though. We dedicate so much time to our wives or kids, to other people. We don't make that time to go set up a group or whatever. But go ahead, Fred. My bad.
I was just going to touch on a little bit what Street was saying. A lot of times, the reason why we hold a lot of that stuff in, it starts from when we little kids. And, if you got that stern old school father that raised you and you did something, you got hurt, a lot of times it was, man, suck that shit up. Don't show no emotions. You better not be crying. And that groomed us from little boys to grown men to not show emotion. Showing emotion is weakness. And it takes some reality check within ourselves in order to realize, like, nah, I'm not less of a man for showing any kind of emotions. Because, sometimes we hold on too long, hold too much in, and then finally boil in and bubble up. That's when we have them big explosions and we don't know how to handle those certain situations. So, I try to raise my son now. If he get hurt or something happen, I let him cry. Then I talk to him. You hurt? You all right? You see? You good now? You're going to end up doing it 5 minutes later now. I try not to tell him, like, nah, don't suck that shit up, don't cry. And none of that. Nah, let that shit out. Get it out. You good now. You're alive, right? All right, go ahead. Go on and do it again because I'm going to be right here to pick you up again when you do it again. So, a lot of that stemmed from us having them old school dads who like, nah, man, you better not be showing no emotions. You better not show none of that crybaby shit. So, yeah.
Why you think they were like that?
It's balanced, dog. You saw that it's balanced, though. We have to. We're not gonna be treated fairly, whether we're talking about, black men in America or we just talking about men in general. We're not gonna be treated the same. We're not gonna be given the same leeway. You know what I'm saying? So the same way, we may, or our dads may have, been raised and said things to us,
You know what I'm saying? There's other fathers and other coaches have said the same thing. Like, bro, you're not gonna get the benefit of the doubt when it comes to certain things. So it's always about being tough. Like, again, you can't even fellas ain't even got a safe space to talk. Like, think about what we saying. When can you go home to your girl, the person you said that I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, I'm having a kid? When can you go home and feel comfortable enough to sit in front of her and let your emotions and your feelings out? You can't, because it's gonna be weaponized later on, or it's gonna be. I wish Stir Fry was here. You can't be. I can't. I don't want to tell the story or whatever, but you can be. You can be brought down as a man, and you know what I'm saying, in your girl's eyes for something that you don't have any control over, or for something that happened. She's not going to be understanding. And I'm not saying that about all women. I don't want to just put that on women. So yeah, sometimes our fathers probably overcompensated in a way. There's a balance to it. But at the end of the day, they did that because they know, like, man, the world ain't going to be forgiven to us just because we were born as men. So I get it.
So that's why they was the way they were, right? Because they knew, because they kind of knew us showing emotions, and nobody was gonna, like, nobody cared, like nobody really cared about our emotions, like.
Street.
Yeah, but
my father. Hold on, real quick, cause my father grew up. My father picked cotton. Like, slaves were the only one that picked cotton. That continued, throughout Jim Crow and all that kind of stuff or whatever. It was just a different form. You weren't a slave, but you was getting these little pennies or whatever to go out there and pick cotton. When my daddy picked cotton, he was a child. My daddy couldn't be out there with my grandmother out there picking cotton, and he hurt his finger, and she could stop and say, "Oh, Mr. Wesley, man, my son cried." Hell no. So you have to imagine, like, bro, they couldn't stop and take a break because their finger was cut or their finger was hurt and they was crying or something. There were children out there still picking cotton, bro. And again, I think Coach Hayes explained that before. That's not an easy thing. Yes, cotton is soft, but the blood around that cotton, thorns and cuts and all kinds of shit. No, bro.
Like thorns.
So you got kids out there picking cotton. Yeah, you got kids out there picking cotton and all that stuff, bro. They had to be hard. They couldn't break down and cry. And Daddy, my fan, man, hell no.
Hey, KB, I just kind of want to piggyback.
Hold on a minute. That's the segue I was about to get into, right? Like growing up back then, it was a different time, right? There were certain things you had to do as a kid that you can't do now because that shit is illegal, right? As far as working and all that kind of stuff. So you have to look at the times back then and look at the times now. Like, there was no medium for, guys to get together and express themselves and say, hey, this is how I feel, right? You would never have a medium like this back then, like in the 60s, 70s, not even in the freaking 90s, right? So that medium wasn't there. Now we have it. And, we get to have these conversations, amongst people that we have a common bond with, be it this is football, but that led into something else, led into something else, led into something else. So, we all have certain things, even though, this is footballville, Caneville, but, some people click up, hey, man, we have this in common. We could talk about certain things. I'm saying we can have certain conversations even outside of what we do here on the Discord. So I think the medium is here now for us to have these discussions, being vulnerable and not, having what we say be turned against us. When you get into the argument, oh, your mama was this and your mama was that. Like, no, I told you that in confidence and, in confidence, and look what you did. We got into an argument, you throwing it back into my face.
Right.
So so that's where we are right now. So
unless you say Edgerman James, they're gonna throw that back in your face. That's gonna get That's gonna get thrown back in your face. You say Edgerman James and shit like that. No, listen, man. For the people who don't know, like, these are the members talking. Like the members in our Villan membership, we got a Discord, year round, where we kind of deliver media in there. Me, X, kind of deliver media in there the way, kind of in a different fashion, the way we know how to do it. And sometimes it's a lot of video, it's a lot of creativity, it's some inside information coming from angles like tonight. Sometimes we have information that goes against the mainstream media and what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? And we just stand on what we stand on, and where we get our stuff from. We didn't go to school to be media people or nothing like that. So it was kind of what we created, kind of from the community and relationships. We reported something in there tonight that I hope happened. You know what I'm saying? But it was publicly saying that it wasn't going to happen, or it wasn't happening right now. So it's like a different space. Like through the playoff games, I went to every playoff game, and we had like videos that people never saw before, interviews that people never seen before in there, before the game videos, after the game celebration videos inside there. So I mean, if you want to be a villain, man, that's these guys that's talking. 786-405-9499. I'll put the link in the description right now. So now it's kind of turned into like kind of brotherhood. The first time I saw it, man, was when we met up at one of the games this year, man. And the boys got sentimental on me, man. It was like, Street, man, what you created, man, is something great. And I thought we were finna start crying before the damn game started. You know what I'm saying? The boys that got sentimental on me. But I was, you know what I'm saying? But I was taken back. I think it was Bonga. I think it was KC3. It was either KC3 or Holly. It was who else was over there that day? And then Willis McGay, he walked by. Man, I thought David was there. Yeah, man. I think Lex was there. My boys got sentimental on me, Cal. I talk about, man. I feel like I knew these guys, man. I feel like a brotherhood, man. I thought we were finna start doing electric slide or some shit out there in the parking lot. But no, I mean, it was just it has turned into something a little bigger, and we're trying to make it a little bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to keep growing it and expanding what we're doing with it, like we say, with live trading and stuff like that. And we got a lot of different type of dudes in there too, man. We got politicians, man. We got stick up kids, man. We got guys who bake. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of different type of dudes in there. But it's a cool place. Oh man. So man, if you just get in here, man, Rondale Moore. Basically, it's been reported that he was found in his Albany, Indiana house, with a gunshot wound in his head. They're saying self-inflicted. And what was significant about Rondale Moore, man, which makes it so weird in life, man, how I had been talking about Rondale Moore for the last 2 years because I compared him to Jeremiah last year. Malachi this year, his name came up again because he had one of the greatest true freshman years as a wide receiver. And to see the man going at 25 is fucking crazy. It's wild. And I wasn't even planning on being in here this long, bro.
You gotta let people, gotta give credence to the other stuff. Like you said, man, we can run and jump pretty high. We can talk about it all day.
Mm-hmm.
My background kind of loud, so I got to put myself back on mute. But honestly, Tweeter, when I saw the report, I thought it was fake just because we had been talking about him so much. I'm like, what's the odds? We've been talking about this man. Now he come up, So I actually thought it was fake. And yeah, to the ones listening, he ain't lying. We've been talking about this for a while now. And then boom, it's happened.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say real quick. It goes into what we talking about. What KB was talking about earlier. Like we going through different plights. I mean, like, the fathers and everything, like how you was talking about our fathers and grandfathers or whatnot. Even us, you know what I'm saying, and the generations under us, it's just a different plight, man. Rondale Moore, for instance, he's part of this younger generation where he come up and it's a lot of emo rap, pill users and drug users versus the generation we come from where we were pushed to sell it, not use it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's different plights, man. Also, not really teaching one another. We say the saying each one teach one, but we don't do a lot of teaching. Like for instance, you feel what I'm saying? We all done had it, you know what I'm saying? Younger homies that have unfortunate situations, you know what I mean, where maybe imitating or copying something you're doing. They didn't do it in the right fashion, or you didn't show them the correct way, and it turned out to be detrimental to them. So that's just kind of like my 2 cents on the whole thing. It's like a whole cycle. We get caught in generation after generation because we really refuse to have the conversations with each other like we doing now.
Yeah, man, we was all taught to be tough, man.
Well, in a sense, you got to be, right? Think about it. One of the main things we say, like, so when we was coming up, yeah, did people commit suicide in our community? Of course they did. At this rate, didn't seem like it, right? These kids don't have coping mechanisms now. And, because we were, taught to be tough, it may not necessarily be a coping mechanism, but it's helping us to check ourselves and say, okay, what's wrong with me, bro? I can beat this, or I can get through this, and yada, 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 yada. That's what I was saying earlier about balance. These kids don't know how to cope. And they do have more than we did, right? Like Bird was saying, like he's talking about the music in a sense, right? Hip hop came out, and you get to, like, let's say the 80s and 90s. Of course, we had the violent stuff or whatever, but it was very positive when it first started. And even when the music got gangster, it was still more about chest beating and blah blah blah. And now the music, the kids be putting out some depressing stuff, some weirdo stuff.
But that's
you know what
why
I'm saying?
that's why I
Go
can't
ahead,
listen
so.
to Raw Wave. It's like he's a talented dude, but man, that ain't my vibe. I don't want to listen to nobody that's crying all damn day. Those fucking frequencies and all that. I don't want that in my motherfucking head. So certain things I can't listen to all day. But like you said, it's like a healthy balance. Because I let my kid cry when something happens. But if I feel like you overdoing it, or you crying going hysterical because you can't get no chips, I'm gonna check your ass. You still gotta have some type of emotional intelligence and discipline too. I ain't just gonna let you just run around and say, "Well, he's expressing himself." No, I'm gonna put that shit in check because you're not always right. And I have to show you how to navigate your emotions. You can't just always spaz out because you're in your feelings. You gotta know how to deal with that shit too. And you crying and fussing ain't always the way.
Right. I'm gonna say a little bit, man. I mean, I think for the most part with this generation and the parents who parent young, we I think most of them rely on ease more than hardship, right? And most people don't understand hardship. Ease is a bigger threat than hardship. So when you don't understand the layers of life, these kids these days, they've had so much ease because most parents these days want to make their lives easier. So when they get some hardship, then they can't cope it, they can't figure it out, they can't troubleshoot through it. So then they kill themselves, right? Like Rondale Moore, you're an NFL player, bro, right? You made it, right? And you probably going through some demons because your career hasn't taken off the way you wanted it. So with the lack of understanding how to troubleshoot hardship and how to understand structure and strength, you take the easy road out in killing yourself. And the suicide rate is astronomical at this point with these kids, because of everything is so fast, everything is ease, everything is this soft parenting era that we're now in is why these kids are killing. They're constantly killing themselves because they can't deal with it. And they think the only way to go is to kill themselves. And I mean, it's damn near ridiculous. 25 years old is crazy.
And this is coming right off the back of the little homie from down there in Florida that just killed himself up here in the
Exactly. Yeah.
Was
that about 5 months ago?
About Bird? Oh, I thought talking about Papa Smoke. He just did that a couple days ago. He killed himself robbing from Duval, I think. I don't know where he's from.
Who started that?
I think he's from Jacksonville.
Who started? His name Lil Papa.
Yeah,
Y'all talking about Lil Papa?
Lil Papa.
Yeah.
Papa. Who started that sensitive rap? Drake?
No.
Nah, street. It was the Lil Peeps and the Juice Worlds and all of them. They gone. Shit. The ones who started it, they gone.
Where they gone? Where they went?
Mac Miller's.
They were the man screen dude. You remember Blade from Dave? He was rapping like that. The one man I ain't letting about a quarter of a century, he used to rap like that. So maybe the mainstream dudes, but this guy's been rapping like that. Eminem used to rap like that.
Who?
That depressive ass music or Eminem. Just being depressed and going through with his mama and all that. He used to do it.
Yeah, but Eminem
I think
rap
there's a difference
with the depressed rap, and with his rap, it's always some type of moving forward mechanism built into his lyrics. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's some type of outlet. You know what I mean? Like I think he's a different type of deep, dark depression rap. I think he was more so talking and reaching to the people who were kind of going through that and giving them an outlet. These new type of rappers, it's all about the pills, like Bird said, the drug use. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's drown myself in this shit and then try to wake up the next day. Motherfucker, you done took too much of this shit to wake up the next day.
How?
I do want to go.
I guess you get older and wiser, man, and right, and you see cycles, right? But I guess that's wisdom, right? Like maybe our parents saw cycles too. Like we saw rap,
right?
Saw rap go from the rappers being the drug dealers to the rappers being the drug users. Like, and you say to yourself, okay, all right, so whichever ignorant way this shit goes, the kids are gonna follow. Like. And you realize you just got, okay, I can't listen to none of this. Like, none of this makes sense because how the hell did they go from being the gangsters and the dealers to the goddamn users? Go ahead, Kyle.
Nah, I do want to go back and kind of put a correction to what, not a correction, but to add on to something what Smooth was saying from a different style. We've had this conversation. Everybody see things different, right?
Before.
You got Smooth,
something like deja vu,
right? Right, and Smooth up to seen a lot of things in his world travels and things like that in his eyes. But as I spoke on earlier, everything when it comes to mental health is not about being sad and depressed. Like I don't want to put that stigma out there to just, hey, run. I know you don't mean this at him, whatever, but I don't want to put that out there that, oh, you 25 in the NFL, I mean, you got everything going for you, blase, squaze, or you did, or whatever. Why you kidding? It don't always work like that. Like I've spoken on it before. What happens a lot of times is some of these things are, if you haven't gone through it, you don't understand. Some of these things are 100% out of your control. You have chemical imbalances that occur in life, whether that's be through emotional trauma and breakdowns, or whether that's be through, substances, like y'all know this food and shit that we eat and all those type of things. So sometimes, and again, I've spoken on, people that have had their episodes of trying to commit suicide, and these people that have committed suicide. I like the girl I was telling you before, the one thing I asked her that I knew of, and I just wanted to confirm from somebody that just did it. I was like, did you have any control over what you were doing at that time? She said, absolutely not. She was suffering from postpartum depression. There was nothing about that you could say, hey man, your life is good enough, blah, 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 blah. She's off balance at that point. Postpartum is a real thing. You have women that will abandon their kids and they don't know why. You know what I'm saying? So, and it goes across the board to all types of people who have you. But I was like, I wasn't myself. Like all I could do was watch myself do it. I couldn't even stop myself from doing it. I have no control over that. And that's the story for a lot of people. Like we think you get to the point where, man, and rightfully it is some people that just take the easy way out. I personally think the blending of cultures is what making a lot of these kids, kill them. It's like the emo rap. Emo music been around, but it wasn't in our culture. So now these kids are starting to, integrate all types of different cultures and stuff, and they're putting it into the music. And now it's, okay, we can catch a vibe or make a vibe off this, and they're making it cool to be, the same way these other cultures was in the gothic stuff and always being depressed. Now we putting it in our goddamn. It's too much, yeah, man. That's why you have to protect your cultures and things like that. But I just want to say that, man. Mental health, it's a lot stronger sometimes than we think it is. But yeah, there are people that just kind of like copycat. I'm gonna kill myself. Yeah, that does happen, but it's hard to pick out
Right,
which
and
is
I
which or
agree with
whatever.
you.
So
I
I
agree
don't,
with you to a certain extent, though, KB. But I also understand. The steps to take up the lead up to suicide, right? And there's a turning point in every suicide situation, right? No, nobody just gets up and just does it. There's a building point to it, and I always look for the minute situation where there's a point to where you have that chance and choice to turn back or seek some type of help, right? There's always a moment where you have some balanced consciousness, even if you have some chemically unbalanced situation going on psychologically, right? And utilizing your prefrontal cortex, right? That is going to ignite and activate to a level just for you to kill yourself, right? Like that is going to ignite. But at a point, your prefrontal cortex is also going to remind you at a point of what you're thinking about is might be learned behavior or something that flashes from the past that gives you a moment to be like, you know what? I got to get help. Or there's something wrong with me. I need to take a breath. Right. So now you bypass that to go and do the most selfish thing in the world. Right. For me, it's hard for me to understand. Like, I understand it, but it's hard for me to sympathize with it because you have resources, right? There's so much resources out here to help with mental health, right? To help with anything that you're going through. There's so many resources, and then when you have the money, when you have the outlets to go and seek that, like I always ask people, why didn't you do it? I would love to ask the dad, why didn't you do it? What was holding you back to not go seek help? And you can do it privately. You don't even need nobody to know what you're going through.
But hey,
you know what I mean?
What is your response? What is your response when that person tells you, "I don't know"? What is your response when you say, "Man, why you didn't go?" And he tells you, "I don't know." What is your response?
When you say, "I don't know,"
he can't give you a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your response?
Yeah, and if I say, so why'd you do it, or why didn't you go see? I don't know. That I don't know is a reason for me to just go to see a professional, because I don't know why I'm about to kill myself. And if you go seek that professional and then you come back home and you still want to kill yourself, you know what I mean? Boom. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, obviously there's something deeper or something that wasn't touched. You know what I mean? Like I got a cousin, bro, who tries to kill herself every month, right? Sits in the tub, puts the gun to her mouth, does all type of shit, You know what I mean? Like I mean, she'll FaceTime us sitting in the tub. You know what I mean? Got the gun sitting on the fucking tub and everything. You know what I mean? My cousin got kids, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just like what are we doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, you want to go live? Like, do you want to go on a Facebook Live? What do you want to do? You know what I mean? But at a point, she always has a moment where she snaps out of it and then she thinks of something. You know what I mean? And then she'll go talk to somebody or go do something. You know what I mean? And I think some of it for her is more so of just attention. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, you sat in this fucking tub 4 times, right? With this fucking 9. You know what I mean? Like, you know. And I'm just like, it's crazy, but like I definitely understand the different, you know, situations. But I just truly believe that there is some point to where there is a possibility of a chance and a choice that we get every day of waking up. Is a chance and a choice.
I think it's one of those things where you see it the way you see it, right? And nobody can tell you right if it's right or wrong. You feel me? So I think, like you say, I can understand you saying you don't sympathize it. I don't think you understand it because I think it's one of those things you don't understand until you go through it. You feel me? And I don't mean that no disrespect. Man. We know we all respect each other.
I take it. Yeah,
top
absolutely.
tier. But I think it's one of those things you don't understand because some of these things you don't. I remember the level of thinking I had when it comes to the situation was just like yours. And bro, I ended up getting out of that, bro. Yeah, I ended up getting out of that. Been around, seen too much. That ain't the way I think. Because I've come to a better understanding of how this shit works and how this shit doesn't work. And again, like you saying, Smooth, it's a bunch of people out there that just are on bullshit. It is a bunch of people out there that are on bullshit and want some damn attention. And that in itself is a cry for help, right? I want attention. I don't necessarily know that I need help or that what I'm missing is attention in the form of love. There's something I'm not getting. There's something I'm missing. There's something, you feel me? And there are people that are out there like, hey, man, you know, you can just kind of go get help. There are people out there that have gone to the help. They can show you their charts and say, man, I've gone here. I've gone there. And those are the people that just wake up and it's done. They didn't come to tell nobody. Those are the motherfuckers that was smiling, that was happy. Man, it's motherfuckers that absolutely snap. No different from motherfuckers that absolutely snap and kill other people. I've got friends that have done that. Just fucking snap. There was this kid that was across the street from my cousins. They were one of my cousin's best friends or whatever. And ironically, both of them ended up kind of like it just slipped. Mine slipped. This dude, long story short, my cousin was telling me the story. He said, man, somebody called the police, paramedics. When they showed up to the house, he's standing outside with a blood-drenched shirt and just saying, man, I need some water. I'm thirsty. They showed up. Going to the house, this boy had him beat his uncle to death. Not over an argument, he just beat him he snapped. But it wasn't nothing that triggered him. His mind and that's what we talk about mental health. It goes both ways. People snap, people lose it. And some people kill themselves, some people kill others, some people just a mental breakdown is a real fucking thing. And I know you know that, bro.
Yeah, and I understand that, like this, like I told y'all, when I cut that kid down in the motor pool, right? Like when he was hanging, like I'm looking at his eyes. I'm climbing up the freaking ladder, right? His eyes were still open, and it's just like I knew, like when I saw him, he just psychologically snapped, right? Because nobody knew about it, nobody nothing, but me cutting him down and pulling him down, bro. I was just like, this situation is the situation where you just completely snap of whatever he was going through. Nobody knew what he was going through, right? The kid just took his life, young dude, you know what I mean? But it's just like, I understand those situations, but you know, with the you know, there has to be a point though, you know what I mean? But I mean, to each his own, you know.
I don't know, bro. I think it's a little bit of both. I don't think there's a right answer. I think it's a little bit of both. No different than the question of is people born gay or motherfuckers just out here playing around. Like I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's the same thing.
Right.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think both of y'all are right. To be quite frankly honest with you. Floyd Mayweather just came out of retirement, and we're gonna get out of here after this. At 48, can Floyd Mayweather fight Bud Crawford? They can get to the same weight class. They can get to the same weight. Or Floyd too small?
I don't know. Floyd might try to make him come down. You know what I mean? Come down on weight, but I don't know, man. That'd be a good one.
You think it'd be a good one at 48? You think it'd be a good one at 48, Smooth? I think it'd be a hell of to see. I think the notion of the fight happening, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody would want to see.
It'd be a good payday because Floyd ass don't went broke, and that's why he unretiring. But Bud to beat the shit out of Floyd right now, man.
Tooks.
Oh shit, bro.
I don't know about Floyd. I don't know about Floyd being broke, Tooks.
So why would he come out and fight at 48? These people, it's been reported this man been losing all his money. Why come out this late in the game after being retired for all these years just to fight?
The same reason fucking Elon Musk keep making billions. Like why the fuck Elon keep adding billions to? Why he keep adding billions to this goddamn?
But he's not getting in a ring fighting for these motherfucking billions. He's creating things. He's fighting things. Floyd's going out there and risking his life.
I think it's the same. Money. I think it's the same thing. I think Floyd passion.
Yeah, it's just his craft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's the same thing, Tooks.
Yeah.
Well, we could just agree to disagree because I ain't going for none of that shit. I think
why would you think he's broke though? That's a lot of money and a lot of investments he has. Why would you think he's broke?
Well, that's just what they say, bro. That's just what the reports here. They say he's getting sued by a lot of people. He got some businesses that's been scams. They say the nigga going broke, man. That's just what I've been hearing. I ain't all in this business, so I'm not going to stand on it like I know it's true or so. But I think that's why he fights.
I mean, did he like specifically say who he wanted to fight? I mean, or he was just like, I'm just coming out of retirement.
He's finna play around with Mike Tyson. Then he said he's coming out of retirement. He didn't put no name on it.
Oh, okay.
I remember how much money Floyd makes for a fight. Remember, Floyd is the goddamn his side of the fight. Like a lot of times he's the promoter, like he's everything, right? Like he walks away with huge bags from these fights, dog.
Yeah,
he gets a bigger purse for sure.
If he get in the ring with Bud Crawford, bro, we're talking about maybe the biggest fight we've seen since goddamn I don't fucking even know.
Bud to beat the shit out of Floyd right now.
It don't matter, Tooks. I don't know anybody will beat the shit out of Floyd, but it don't matter.
I get that. Like I said, he's going broke, so he needs the money. So it's not even about wins or losses. I'm just stating my opinion.
Why you declaring this man broke? Okay, so look at it like this. Look at it like this. Hold on. Let me explain something to you. Right? Look at it like this. This is the mindset that I want us to change. Right? He could be losing money. Right? But if he has a vehicle, right, that he could activate, that's gonna pay him $50 million, $100 million, right?
Go get it.
Is he ever going broke?
No, because you got a skill.
Not a skill. No. He has an asset. His boxing business at any point in time could yield him $50 million, $100 million, probably. So that mindset of going broke, no, he built something that he could always make money from because he's even figured out how to make money when he's done boxing with boxing.
So why go box?
The same
Because that's his
reason Elon
craft.
Musk.
Yeah, like so Tooks, like think of Phillip. I'm gonna go from a lower level. Like think of Phillip Rivers, right? Like Phillip Rivers only came out of retirement because he had one more year of insurance. He plays a few games. Now he gets 8 years of NFL free insurance, bro. He got 10
That's what.
kids, bro.
Okay, smooth. That's
So
what
why
you
would he?
consider.
Right. So, but again, he's super old. Why would he go risk his life? Knowing he can't play the game no more, but he had to do it for the 8 years of additional insurance that he had that he don't have to freaking really pay. It's free insurance.
Okay, so he did it for financial gain, and I think Floyd is doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but I mean,
that's
Right,
a
but
different
it's an
financial
asset.
what
gain
he trying to
than
say is
say broke is
Philip
two
not
different
what
things.
he trying to say is Philip not broke. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Right.
It's just a tool that I can come in and out, and I can gain more resources because I've done it already.
So you think he'll
So I
do it again?
wouldn't say Floyd's broke. I would just say he's just like, you know what? I want to make another 100 million just for cherry on top.
I ain't mad at that. Again, we can agree and disagree, but I hear y'all boys. I ain't mad at that.
I know.
I ain't changed my mind.
I don't want to agree to disagree. I want you to look at it different. I want you to look at assets and I want you to be able to look at it different. What if he's trying to buy an island or something? Like what if he's trying to buy something that's going to set his family up for generations, and the way he's going to cash in on it is to have a fight. The way he's going to actually go get the money is from having. So look at it like he built.
I'm sure that's the quickest way he can get it. 60 minutes, he can make 200 million. So I totally understand.
So Tooks, if you had an ice cream truck, right, and every time you put that motherfucker on the streets, right, it yielded you back $50,000, whatever, in 6 months, you're never broke.
But there's no harm in that.
You have assets. You have things that
There's no harm in that though. You're not going to get punched in your damn face.
Have you ever seen Floyd Mayweather harmed in a boxing ring?
And he's 48 Scooter. No, you're right. No, I haven't. But he's older now.
So he don't know harm in a boxing ring. He don't even know what it feels like.
You say that.
I give you a better example then. Something that might match, you know what I'm saying, what Streeter is saying or whatever. I know you understand it, but you're trying to figure out the why. Think about it. Why does The Rock do appearances from time to time? He's willing to get slammed on his shit, and he does not need the fucking WWF.
Right. Why? Why?
So it's a quick come up. Shit.
Yeah, I think I used to always think Floyd was gonna go broke. I used to always think that. Because the rate that he spent money. I used to always think that until I saw him sit down and talk about what he did with his money. And he seeked investments. Like he seeked investments. He seeked things that was going to yield him money. He took control of his career and became one of the highest paid boxers ever. We listen to 50 Cent saying he can't read, but I think that's where people get confused at, and they think the man dumb.
You can count money. You know how to make money. Shit, I don't give a fuck, you can't read at this point. I heard him read. He can't read, but hey, I ain't changed the fact that he can read.
Yeah, so I don't think he may have some debt. He may have some things to pay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't. If Elon Musk could be a trillionaire, whatever the fuck Elon Musk is, right? If he could keep doing things to make money and make money and make money, like we can too. like we can too.
That's real. I hear that, bro. Well, before we get out of here, Nick, Streeter, because you said this is the last topic. We've been arguing about this Nick Lanier shit.
Mm-hmm. What
Is
about
he
it?
considered fast to you? Where we at with this Nick? Because I think he got decent speed. I don't think he got elite speed. But some people think different. Where you at when it comes to his speed? Because
What's
they
the
say you ran 11,
explain the
11
conversation?
6 in the 100.
Explain the conversation to everybody that's hearing it for the first time. What's the argument?
We saw him racing his linebacker in the track meet.
Mm-hmm.
When I seen the time, it said he ran 11.68. That equates to like a 4.740.
Mm-hmm.
So we was going back and forth about if he's considered fast or not. And KC3 was talking about putting his stats. He don't have that much production. So we was going back and forth about all that. And I'm saying I don't think he's slow. You know, you can't critique somebody that everybody like without turning into a hater. But I'm saying I don't think he's slow. I just don't think he's fast as he come across. Or at least I thought he was faster than what he is, but he never looked that fast to me. He was like Travis Hunter. He was good. Huh?
A week ago, we saw him at Cam Newton trial, right? He did 2 plays, right? Did he look fast?
He looked like he had good speed, yeah.
I watched Nick play since he was 8 years old, right? On the football field, fastest person on the field. Nobody ever caught him never got. I've never seen anybody catch him. What people have to understand is this. Running track and playing football are 2 different things. Let me say it again. Let me make myself bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Running track and playing football are 2 different things. Track is a skill. Track is a skill that has to be learned, right? Right? Duke Johnson, first time running track, ran like a 4.7 or something crazy. And then he ran track the next year and he got faster. That's a technique. That linebacker that he was racing is the same linebacker he beat last week in practice, right? The boy from Pace.
I know. I was telling Lex that I saw him beat him in the street race, but then he lost at the meet. I saw it.
Yeah.
Nick
Tubbs,
lost.
and I'm gonna keep it a bean.
I don't think Nick lost that race. It looked like he won that too.
No, he won the street race. The track meet he lost. I saw it from like 3 different angles. It wasn't by much, but he lost.
Hey, and Tubbs, I'm gonna tell you a real experience I had. I played against Walter Dixon, right? And I'm playing middle linebacker. I'm running him down, right? I heard he's supposed to be the fastest dude, which on the track he ran like a 10-2, right? But on that field, it's all about angles. I'm running him down. I'm talking my shit, man. You ain't fast. You trash. Ooh. You know what I mean? And then come track season, I'm running 100. He right there. I'm like, I'm finna burn this boy. You feel me? Man, that boy left me so fast, bro. I was like, okay, yeah. Never mind. Like that track speed way different, bro. I mean, he was so low for the first 5 meters, bro. I didn't see him come up, and when he came up, bro, he was gone, bro. I'm like, okay, yeah. Let me talk my shit on this green. I ain't finna talk no shit on this track, bro.
I agree with what y'all saying, but if that's the case, I ain't gonna say but because I do agree. But why do they run 40-yard dashes there?
It's stupid. I mean, it's dumb. It's something for them to try to figure out a way to see if football players can play football because they don't know what football players look like.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the 40-yard dash is really about how quick you get off, your explosion, and how you accelerate and how you decelerate. That's really what it is. Yeah, the time is great, but they also want to see those things in the middle of that 40-yard dash because exactly that just your 10-yard splits because each play is within 10 to 12 yards, right? So
yeah, the shuttle run is probably more important. I a couple years ago, I started saying that I didn't think the 40-yard dash had anything to do with playing football, like at all. Think about the guys who ran the fastest 40s at the combine. How many of them became stars?
Most of them don't. Shit.
Right. I mean, Not many of them. Chris Johnson, the running back, he was a decent football player. But so I don't think sometimes I started saying the 40 is almost like saying can you fight and then can you box? There's some dudes that could fight in the street, but can't box. Box is a skill.
Yeah, for sure.
Running the track is a skill. I'm here to tell y'all this, and this goes back to my thing about Mike Vick and me saying I got to see some of the greatest players play and edit their videos. I look at athletes different. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and y'all can either listen and go through one ear and not the other, and we can argue about this shit for the next year. I ain't worried about Nick Lanier playing football.
Yeah, me neither, dog.
You give a fuck what you see. I am not worried about Nick Lanier playing football. Not at all. He's one of them ones. He's one of the surefire ones that's coming. I ain't worried about Nick playing football. Unless he lose an arm or a foot or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about him. He's one of the special ones. He didn't even look like he was running in that shit to be. But these kids got to be careful, man, when they put these times out here, man. And I be want to tell them that, like, going to these camps, running 40s and shit. Thank God my little dude went to the camp the other day. Freshman ran a 4.7. That was pretty decent, you know what I'm saying, for a fucking 8th grader going to 9th grade. But you got to be careful. I told him, if you're not ready to run, don't run. Now, that's different for Nick. Nick on the track team, he's on the track team because he's probably wants to get faster, right? That's probably why he's running track. It's not his fault that he lines up to run track for the first time and there's 50 cameras out there. That ain't his fault. But on a football field, go look at that goddamn Cam Newton video that came. You saw what Cam said when he saw him run them routes, right? my God. Like what do we have here? He the real one. He the real one. He up there with some of the best that we're gonna see come out of South Florida.
Yeah, and in that second route, he stumbled and still left Buddy. So.
Bro, the body. The body control, the fucking focus.
Yeah,
the big player.
It's crazy. Yeah, he elite. Yeah.
And we talking about he's played in front of 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, 10,000 as a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old. Go put up some of those Lauderhill versus Golden Army games. Just go watch them on YouTube one day.
Yeah, that thing was on Crenshaw.
Yes. So he's already played in big games. He knows, but listen, he has the makeup. He has the makeup of being one of them ones. Like he's done it all. Like he's, and I think all of that stuff matters, dog. You're talking about 8,000 people on a Saturday night. 3 seconds left, 10 seconds left. Lauderhill got the ball. You know what I'm saying? 40 yard. I remember that boy threw that fucking 40-yard bomb like 10 seconds left in the game. Dog, these kids have already played under. I remember I used to think sometimes, Smooth, I used to be like, bro, this is a lot of fucking pressure for some 8th graders, some 8-year-olds.
Yeah. We eat that shit up like it's nothing, bro. Them kids, them South Florida kids, bro, eat that shit up like it's nothing, bro. And now I be trying to tell people, man, like, bro, like, you think you got athletes in your state, bro? It's nothing compared to what we got in South Florida, bro. Like we get 10, 15,000 at Pop Warner, right? Like right. You like these kids gotta perform at the highest level at a young age, bro. And that shit comes natural. And if they don't perform, you know how much scrutiny they get at a young age, bro. I'm like, man, y'all have no idea what real athletes look like.
No, bro.
Until you bring your ass down to South Florida, just like that team came down from California, we beat the shit out of their ass. Snoop bought that team down there. The boy beat the shit out of there. Man, that boy say, man, let me get up out of here, man.
That was a nigga had to wait 3 hours for Snoop. 3 hours late with that goddamn team, but that was an epic night too.
Yeah,
man.
What y'all talking about? What, back in 06 when his son was the quarterback? I think it was 06. It was the early 2000s.
I don't know who was the quarter. I don't know what team he brought, but they had it was 56-0
Steelers.
at the half.
The Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes beat the Steelers 76-0.
Yeah, 76-0.
That shit on Netflix.
Epic.
Epic. Snoop still won that night.
Them the kids that's about to.
Okay, man.
Nah, I say them the kids. Some of them kids is about to be in the draft this year from that team.
Exactly.
No, KB. That's Ramari Daniels. That's the kid at the Ravens already.
Oh yes,
receiver. That's Well, you're right, KB. Damn.
Yeah, nah,
you're right.
What, yeah, it is. Some of them kids.
What's the name?
I think Earl was on that team, right?
Yeah, Earl was on the team. Maybe Earl was young. I don't fucking know. That's a big disparity, ain't it?
Yeah, my homegirl's son was on that team. He going to the draft this year. Earl man.
On that team.
That's how I remembered all that.
Yeah, so how the hell you got your boy in the league already, right? That's a huge disparity. What his name? Zay from the Ravens. Like that's those guys. But you're right. Earl Little was on that team.
Yeah.
But no, bro. Like they come in like kind of. It was that night at Lauderhill versus Golden Army when it hit me, bro. I was like, dog, this is a lot of pressure for April, and the coach is yelling at him. It's 30 seconds on the clock, and the fucking quarterback got to go out there. And I'm like, damn, these 8-year-olds, bro. That night, for some reason, I thought about that. I was like, shit, it's a lot of pressure. But, I mean, I think sometimes we baby kids for too long. I think kids are capable of doing some amazing things sometimes if you push them. But all right, man, let's get up out of here, man. We don't have our come to Jesus meet tonight, man. I'm gonna put y'all in the back, all right? So if you're just getting in here, I don't know why you would just be getting in here. And something wrong with YouTube too, man. I think YouTube, ever since it went down this week, man, numbers been kind of like goofy on YouTube. Rondale Moore found dead at his house, committed suicide. Rondale Moore put up arguably one of the greatest freshman years in college football, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, 114 catches or something crazy like that. Today passed away, and they're saying from a gunshot wound to the head, self-inflicted. More details haven't came out, man, but RIP to that young man and his family. And I'm just gonna get out of here on that, man. Like, see y'all next morning breath show, man. We'll go live tomorrow, man. Y'all have a good one.